the pretty sun. Oh, look, now it's like the opening of Voyager. These are words. Hello, everyone. Oh, Newt has decided to appear right at the moment that I turn on the stream. Of course. Hey, bud, come here. Come say hi to everyone. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. No, Newt, don't go away. Don't show your butt to the camera. Come here and hang out. Come here. Come on. Come and say hi to everyone. Now he's hiding. Everyone. Let's see if I can... He's hiding right over here. You can see him hiding right there. Also, you can see some of my toys over there. But there he is. Say hi, Newt. Oh, yeah. Rub up against the TV, buddy. Anywho. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Oh, now you're coming back? I put the camera down, and now you're like, I need to be on camera. All right. I was about to say hi to everyone, but now you're like, now I need the attention. You can't just give me the camera and then not walk away. Do you want to sit on my lap? Come on. I want to say hi to everyone, so come on, sit down, bud. There we go. Good boy. All right, well, Newt is now joining us. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing this fine evening? I hope you're all doing well. Hello, Fabian, Just Carowin, Nightbot, of course, Cappuccino Crafts, Miss Wicked Wolf, NCC 1701, Chris, Sarah, Jordan, David, Julia, Leah, Carmen. It's good to see everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening so far. I hope you're all enjoying yourself. Gorillas, Geek Filter, good to see you. Ian, Amy, heart to everybody. I hope everyone's having a good night. Right, Newt? You send everybody a heart? You send everyone a heart? He sends everyone a heart. Did I say Happy Pride? People said Happy Pride Month. It's... Oh, yeah, I need to... Oh, Nightbot saying Happy Pride Month. I need to turn Nightbot... I need to turn that off of Nightbot, because Nightbot will keep saying that over and over and over again. But I hope everyone is doing good. Let's see. Oh, Celeste, what's the awesome news? You said you have awesome news. What's the awesome news? And how hot is it? Actually, not bad today. Here in Seattle, it was 110 on Monday, which was hell. Today, it is now, what is it now today? Today, it's, I think it was like 80 or something. It wasn't terribly bad. It's humid, but it's not terribly, painful, in terms of heat. Yes, oh, by the way, see, Synthmic G Poet, thank you so much for your super chat before the stream started. Heart to you. And Erica, heart to you. I'll answer your question in just a minute, but let's quick do the introduction. For those of you who don't know what this is, let me quick turn down the music's a little bit loud. For those of you who don't know what this is my weekly chat stream where I, and sometimes Newt, we just hang out, we just, have fun conversating with all of you here in the chat. We just enjoy everyone's company. Yeah, and I answer whatever questions you want, whatever, whatever the chat wants to talk about. I will say, in super chats, get hearts. So if you give a super chat, you get a big heart from me. And then everyone at the end of the stream gets another big heart from me, as well as Newt scritches and Newt scratches and Newt love. So yeah, who wants the love, Newt? Who wants the love? You want the love? Yes, you do. Everyone in the chat loves you. There's 100 people watching you right now, giving you all the love and wishes they could give you all the scritches. All right. And Carla, thank you for the super chat. I'll give you a heart in just a minute. But yeah, Rescuers Down Under, Miss Wicked Wolf. That's a great movie. And Richard, you get a second heart, by the way. Richard Dan, you said it was the first heart you received. So, I just am looking to see if Celestial Amethyst hears some things. A couple of my friends from Ontario are on their way right now to come and pick me up and my stuff so I can move out to Alberta and go with them. Oh my gosh! Congratulations, Celeste! That is absolutely amazing. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you with the claps there. But that's amazing, Celeste. I know you were like having trouble finding housing and stuff, so that is absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Sending you love, Celestial Amethyst. That is absolutely wonderful news. I'm very happy to hear that. So that is freaking amazing. So thank you so much. Yes, Newt. Newt says that's amazing too, right, Newt? Yeah, you're gonna rub up against my arm there. But that's amazing, Celeste. But now I want to make sure I don't get too far from the super chats. So Erica, heart to you for the super chat. You said, when did you adopt Newt? I have a kitty cat too, a senior grumpy dude named Frank. Oh, that's adorable. I love when cats have like names like Frank and stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. That's adorable. So Newt, when did I adopt you? I forget exactly when I adopted you, but he is a rescue cat. He's actually one of the older cats. So I believe it must have been, it was before I moved to Seattle the first time. So it must have been at least 3 years ago. Believe I've had Newt for about 3 years, maybe 4. It's somewhere in the vicinity of 3 to 4 years. And he, yes, there's cars driving by Newt. I know. Look at those eyes. Look at those big yellow eyes. But anyways, he's a rescue cat. And so when I went to the shelter, I went to a shelter because I finally moved into an apartment. It was when I moved into an apartment that allowed cats. And I've always wanted a cat. And so I was finally allowed to move into an apartment with that allowed cats. So it's like, I'm going to go get a cat. And so I went to the shelter and I wanted to get a rescue cat specifically. Just because I want to get rescue cats. And so I was looking around at all the cats, and then all of a sudden I looked over. Well, I was playing with all the cats, and there's a bunch of cats that came up to me, and I was sitting by this cat tower, and I'm just like playing with all the cats, just trying to see like who's vibing with me, and then I just feel a paw on my shoulder, and I look over, and it's this guy. He's just lying there, but he just put his paw on my shoulder, and just touched my shoulder. And it was the most adorable thing, and I just felt a really big connection with him. And that's why I picked him. And so then he came home with me, and he's hated me ever since. But it was an absolutely just, I don't know, as soon as he put his paw on my shoulder, I felt connection with him. And he's been absolutely lovely and absolutely wonderful. Yes, you have, bud. Yes, you have. Let's see. He's just getting all the scritches right now. He's enjoying that. Yeah, you are, buddy. What else? So, Carla, thank you so much for your super chat. Heart to you. Love for Jessie and Newt. How are you? Did you survive the heat wave? I did. So, I think I told this story on Saturday on my other stream, but for the video game stream. But Saturday, I went out. I was melting. It was literally hellishly hot. It was about 100 degrees on Saturday, and I'm like, I need an AC. And Seattle is not an AC culture. There's no AC in this entire freaking place. And I have a rinky-dink AC that broke. And so I'm like, I need to go get one. So I drove to like several different places, and I was like, the last place I was going to stop was Home Depot. And I stopped at Home Depot, looked in, they didn't have any ACs. But on the way out, a family was bringing an AC back in to return. And I'm like, are you selling that? Because I will pick it up. So I bought a used AC. And it was way too expensive. It's more than I wanted, but it's technically worth every penny. So it was more than I wanted to spend. I got a little bit stressed out about the amount of spending that I didn't anticipate. It's like I didn't anticipate to have to spend money on it, but worth every penny. It is literally right here, and it has kept me cool. Like I would have not literally, but it would have been a hellish Monday, and I wouldn't have been able to get any work done or anything done. So it was really wonderful. It was really like more expensive than I wanted, but hey, Council of Geeks, you're saying I'm stepping on your turf? You're stepping on you stole my hearts. The heart thing was my idea, and I've seen you in your stream doing it. So we're incestuous. Well, we're incestuous, Council of Geeks. It's fine. We steal from each other. That's all how it goes. Yes, I did just say Council of Geeks and I are incestuous. So that's a thing. Clip that out and put that somewhere. Let's see. Oh, Scott G says congrats on the FFS. Well, thank you so much. Congrats on the upcoming FFS. Yeah, for those of you, I don't know if I mentioned this in another stream, but to let everyone know, I officially got confirmation of my facial feminization surgery. I've been waiting for forever. I now have, I forget the exact date, but it is in January. So still half a year away, unfortunately. We still got 6 months or so to go. I believe it's like mid to late January. So still a few months to go, but at least I have an official firm date. There is, I forget, I think it's the 25th, but for some reason that's the number that's stuck in my head, but I need to double check if that's the actual official date. But yeah, January 25th or so, somewhere in that vicinity, I'm getting FFS, and I'm very excited. I cannot tell you how excited I am about it. And I appreciate, I know everyone, whenever I mention FFS, and I see people in the chat, and I appreciate it so much. People saying, you don't need FFS, you look beautiful anyways. I appreciate that. You have no idea. That means, I'm not telling you not to say that. That is absolutely wonderful. In FFS, and I talked about this in another video, FFS is not necessarily for other people necessarily, it's for me. And it's something that I feel like I want, and it would make me feel better and makes me feel good. And it's by no means, it has nothing to do, honestly, with how other people perceive. It does have something to do with how other people perceive me, but it's like my perception, how I perceive how others perceive me, if that makes any sense, rather than how people actually perceive me. And so, yeah, that's, it's just something I'm very excited about, and I'm very pumped for. So thank you, Scott G, for saying thank you. And yeah, someone says Newt chose me. Yeah, he was very much like a Pokemon. Like, I chose you, Jessie, gender, instead of Pikachu, but same basic thing. So, and thank you, everybody, saying good for you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Jessie and Vera sitting in a tree. Are we avoiding editing? We are avoiding editing, Edward. I'm working on my Loki video. I'm at a point where I'm at a good place with my Loki video, and I think it might be one of my best videos. I don't know if it'll be my best video. There's still other ones that I'm really proud of, but this Loki video I'm very, very pumped for. I think it'll be a really good one. I think it's going to have some good stuff in there. Let's see. Wellington Smith, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat, you lovely human. You are lovely and wonderful, and I adore you. Jessie, I just started plucking and shaping my eyebrows this week. This may continue. I'm liking it. Oh, Newt's leaving. Uh-oh. Newt, do not touch the cord. Please stay. Newt just is very near the plug. Okay, cool. I was worried for a second. I thought I was going to turn off the computer. I'm like, no, don't do that, Newt. Bad Newt. But he just left. He's out the door. But Jessie, I started just plucking my, shaping my eyebrows this week. This may continue. Hell yes! I'm liking it. Any tips for beginners? Honestly, you're asking the wrong person when it comes to eyebrows. I don't do anything with my eyebrows whatsoever. Just because, like, you can kind of see them, but, like, they're not really noticeable or huge or anything like that. And I don't have much dysphoria when it comes to eyebrows. So, honestly, best advice I can give you is go look up advice from other YouTubers that are specifically do that beauty stuff. So I am not the person at all to talk to when it comes to eyebrow stuff. The most I do for eyebrows, and it's usually when I'm like doing videos or something, I'll darken them. So like if I'm cosplaying a Vulcan or something, I'll just take usually honestly I just take like a mascara pencil and I'll just darken them a little bit just to make sure they go with the grain of your hair, as it were, like in the direction that your hair is going. So that's the most I'll do with eyebrows. I'll just darken them mostly for cosplay purposes and things like that. Other than that, the only advice I'd give you is I would say go find YouTubers who know better than I do, because I am by no means I think I do some decent stuff with my makeup, but I'm by no means a beauty YouTuber. I have fun with it, but I am no means an expert. So. And Dorian R, heart to you. You said towards the cold air. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You are lovely. I appreciate that. Let's see. Vera representing the procrastination crowd. Yeah, procrastination. We're always procrastinating. The procrastination nation here. Here, let me show. Here, I'm gonna do something fun since I already have the thing hooked up. But let's see. I'm currently working on my Loki video here, and I can give you an idea of what the timeline currently looks like. It's not my most complicated timeline, but let me show you all. So this is my, whoa, sorry, you're getting the computer inception there. But, yeah, this is my edit right now going on with Loki stuff going on. Oop, don't want to show oopsies. That might have been some boobs that you might have seen there, but some fun stuff. So, let me jump back there. So hopefully that doesn't get this video demonetized that I just accidentally showed some nipples on there. It's Greek nipples, so it's art. It's artful. But yeah, that's the Loki video I'm working on right now, so I'm excited about that. Oh, and everyone's saying I'm catching up. See, I'm behind in the chat a little bit, but I'm seeing people saying congrats on FFS. Thank you so much. You are all awesome. Carlos, and if I'll do it makes me feel pretty. You're all lovely. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. It's weird. Like, I know this was a few minutes for all of you, but for me, I'm just catching on the chat, and that makes it makes me so happy. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I really appreciate that. That actually is very touching. Anyways, yeah, I can't but hear the song "Do It for Yourself" from Crazy Ex-Girl from my head now. Yeah, I love it. And Miss McGoolf, I'm the one who said Newt chooses you. That's amazing. Yes, I'm all down for being. If that means that Newt is Ash Ketchum and I'm Pikachu, I'm down for that. I'm down for being Pikachu, or actually Squirtle, because Squirtle. I know this is gonna start some crap in the chat. I know this. Squirtle's the best Pokemon. Just saying. Squirtle's the best Pokemon. Except for in Smash, where Pikachu actually is the best Pokemon in Smash. But, you know, Squirtle's a good second. In there. All right. Erica, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's really generous. You are absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Erica. You are lovely. Thank you. Here's a little something to put towards your surgery. I was just introduced to you watching Council of Greeks, so love to you both. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yes, our incestuousness continues, Council of Geeks. But thank you, Erica. But yeah, no, I'm so glad. I honestly, I'm really glad. Since they're both out now, if you didn't hear or see, Council of Geeks and I both did videos for Box Lunch, the company Box Lunch. They were doing like a Pride-themed sort of like discussion series over on their Instagram. They were doing IGTV. I posted my link on my community page a few weeks ago, and I think Council of Geeks did the same on hers. But what made us laugh is they found we didn't like ask each other about that. like they Box Lunch both asked us separately. Like they asked me and asked her, which tells us that like whatever algorithm that Box Lunch got picked up on, they both found us together, which means like, yay, the algorithm, like when one of us picks up, the other one does. And that's kind of fun. We are locked in our algorithm struggle, which is always kind of fun when you kind of see the behind the scenes of the algorithm, stuff like that. So it was just an interesting thing to note, because neither of us, at least as far as I know, I think Council of Geeks got asked first, and unless she might have promoted me, and I would be honored if she did, but she said she didn't. But it would just mean they found us together. So, Catherine Lambeth, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. You are lovely. Congrats on the FFS date. You're beautiful already, of course, but go get you the best face for you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. That is absolutely wonderful. Wait, you snuck an image of me wait, I missed that. I listened. Wait. You snuck an image of me into your Loki? I need to check that. I did not see that whatsoever. Mostly because I listened to your reviews, Council of Geeks, on Loki, but I listened to them after, like, I listen to them as, like, podcasts. I, like, take a walk and I'll, like, put on the video, but I'll listen to it on my headphones without actually watching the video when you're doing, like, review stuff. So I missed that. I totally missed that. I'm very upset about that now that I didn't see that. I'll have to go back and watch. Red, have a good night. You're probably already gone from the stream, but have a good night. Thank you for popping in. I hope you're doing well, you lovely human. Let's see. D. Duval, heart to you. Thank you so much. Don't got to do anything for anyone but yourself. You're beautiful inside and out. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being so kind about the FFS. I'm very excited about it, and I appreciate all your kind words and being wonderful. I really do. It really means a lot. I'm very excited about it, and I'll be talking more about it. Right now, it's just like now I just sit and wait on my hands, and also hope that making sure insurance should cover it. And they said they will, but I haven't got official confirmation on that. So we'll see how that goes in the next few months. Yeah, other than just waiting on insurance stuff and then just waiting for the date, I'll probably talk about it more as it gets closer. So I'll probably do a video or something on it to like discuss it. But right now, it's just sit on my hands and wait for 6 months and yell at insurance when it comes time. I'm lucky, and to be fair, I'm lucky that the insurance will cover it at all. So that's the luck of where I live, thankfully. I know that there are other people that it's not covered, so my heart to all of you. So, Vicky, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. You said things are bad for me right now, and I kind of hate the world, but your videos are such a great distraction. Thank you for doing what you do. Well, Vicky, I'm sending you love. I'm so sorry that you hate the world right now, and I've been there numerous times in my life, several times in my life. And so I'm sorry, but I'm glad that I'm able to help in any way. And just know that no matter what you're going through, this is a community that is safe and affirming and loves you and adores you. And you are always welcome here. And I really want you to know that you are always welcome and loved, and give tons of hugs and loving a community, not just from me, but from everyone here, I'm sure. And if you do need someone to talk to and other things like that, I believe it should be down in the comments or down below, or if not, it'll, I'm sure someone can share it out, but there are like links to like Trans Lifeline and other places to call. And by the way, I don't say that as like being like assuming you're, in a really, really dark place, but those things are open for just anybody to call and talk to and have someone have a conversation with. So just want to let you know that that's there. But regardless, I just want you to know you are loved and affirmed here. And I'm so glad that this is a place that makes you feel good. And I hope that continues, and everyone here sends you love, Vicky. So thank you, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that as well. So thank you so much, and you are absolutely wonderful and amazing. And I see people in the chat giving you love too, so that's amazing. So thank you, and again, that's one of the things that I love about this community. I don't have to say anything at all. People send love to Vicky and everyone who needs it in this chat without me saying anything, which is why I know that I adore this community so much. That like I don't have to say anything. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you, Vicky. John Vinels, thank you so much for your super chat. Heart to you, you lovely, lovely human. You said, what are your favorite stories from the Silmarillion, and do you prefer Gilbert and Sullivan or Bertolt and Brecht? So to be fair, Gilbert and Sullivan and Bertolt and Brecht, I don't know much about. I've seen them, but I honestly couldn't tell you much about them. I saw them when I was really young in school and everything, so I honestly read them. I don't know much about it, to be fair. It's been a long time. I know about them, but I don't know much. But from the Silmarillion, I like Beren and Luthien. I know that's sort of like stereotypical answer for the Silmarillion. But Beren Luthien, I mean, it's a love story that Tolkien himself like was so invested in and saw as like an analogy for him and his wife and his love for him and his wife that he put it on his gravestone with him and his wife. So the Beren and Luthien story I think is really caught up in like the stuff with like they go and like steal the stone, and there's some like Norse mythology references in there because like I think Beren's hand gets bitten off, and so there's like some like that sort of mythology like fun stuff where it's like, well, technically the I forget what they're called, the Silmarils are in like there's the story with that is like the Luthien's father says you can't marry me unless you come back with a Silmaril in your hand, and so they go and steal a Silmaril, but as they're escaping, one of the evil god guys, Morgoth I think is his name, gets one of his servants, like I think one of the wolf things, I forget exactly what they're called, sees them and bites off his hand, but it's this hand that had the Silmaril. So when he goes back to Luthien's father, Luthien literally says, Luthien's father's like, well, technically you do have the Silmaril in your hand, you just don't have your hand, but it is in your hand, so technically, you can marry her. It's a fun one of those like ancient mythology kind of word plays that I think Tolkien was sort of playing with, like trying to do ancient mythology sort of stuff. So it's a good story. So, let's see. City of Shadow Seas, heart to you. Thank you so much. You are really amazingly appreciated. Yo, Jessie, I'm asexual. Just created and posted a new music video on my channel. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. I will check it out. I will put it in my... I'm going to put City of Shadow Seas. I really want to see more... we really need to see more asexuals in art and asexual art getting uplifted. So I will check out your music video. I've been trying to like make sure to promote other folks who've done asexual art and everything. So I'll check out your work. Let's see. 1950s Shadow City Rain. I've just looked it up. I've just put it in my watch later, and I will check it out. So thank you, City of Shadow Seas. Heart to you. And heart to the asexual community in general. You are lovely. A friend of mine, I put it in my community tab yesterday, by the way. A friend of mine, one of my patrons, Legacy of Lore, did a whole video on asexuality that I highly recommend. So please go, if you get a chance, go to my community tab. And then friend of the channel, Legacy of Lore, just did a whole video on asexuality that I would highly recommend. So it was very good, and I would... that was it. Now I'm catching up on everyone, catching up on my Loki timeline bits. getting to see the Loki bits. Got to see the Loki boobs, and everyone's saying Squirtle gang. Yes, I'm glad everyone's here for Squirtle. Hell yes. Heart to you, Angel Torres. Thank you so much for your super chat. You are lovely. I adore you. And you just said thank you. Well, you're welcome. Heart to you. Let's see. Box lunch is hot topic for people scared of hot topic. Right? Yeah, you're not wrong. Box lunch is like a tamer version of hot topic. That's honestly not an inaccurate description. I mean, I like box lunch. It's very nerdy. I like very much appreciate the like super nerdiness of box lunch. My Star Trek polo that you may have seen in some of my videos where I have the Starfleet logo over here or whatever. That came from box lunch. So it's a good shirt. So. What if Algorithm was a real person, says Ian? I love that. Hi, I'm Algorithm. I only talk to you when you say something really somewhat provocative and maybe slightly political, but then I'll suppress you if you say anything LGBTQ. But I'll say that I appreciate you, but I really don't. That's basically the thing. Will you and Wild ever do a live stream together? I can't speak for that. I can't speak for Vera, but I would be down at some point. We could figure that out. I would totally be down for doing a live stream with Council Geeks and Vera. So, let's see. Edward Bedore, heart to you. This is Captain Rapper of the USS Bubblegum. Heart to you. You are lovely. You are a lovely dork, Edward. Thank you so much. Also, by the way, Edward, I saw you just became a Patreon. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a patron. I really appreciate the support. Catching up on the stream here. You're all lovely. I'm seeing people saying they're lovely. Best part of the Silmaril. Love to Vicky. You're also lovely. Do you like pit bulls? Yeah, I like pit bulls. I will say, Miss Wicked Wolf, if you're asking about pit bulls, So I don't have like any stigma against pit bulls. I have a bad memory with pit bulls. I had a cat when I was younger who unfortunately was attacked by pit bulls and died on my birthday actually years ago. A cat that I really loved. But that's nothing against pit bulls. As I mean, dogs are gonna dog. Dogs are gonna do what they do. It's something that sucks. Cat got out. The cat wasn't supposed to get out, but the cat got out. And ran into a few pit bulls that were a few doors down. It was a pretty hellish thing. So I have a bit of a rough moment with some pit bulls when I was younger, but as an adult, like dogs are all wonderful. Like pit bulls are lovely, pit bulls are wonderful. So yeah, nothing against pit bulls whatsoever. Like I said, I may have some problems with those specific pit bulls, but as like a whole, and I wouldn't, again, dogs are gonna dog. I don't blame them. They just did what they were gonna do. Yeah, it was a bit of a rough time. But overall, pit bulls are totally fun. I have nothing against pit bulls whatsoever. I think they're lovely dogs. The dogs that I've seen are absolutely, like, I've met pit bulls that are absolutely lovely and adorable. So, yeah. Angie P, heart to you. Thank you so much, Angie. You said, I also love Baron and Luthien. Yeah, it's a great story. It's been a while since I read the Silmarillion. I don't know if I ever really want to go back and read the Silmarillion. It's not really fun to read, but I love the concepts and stories in it. I think there's some really wonderful stories in it. Like, Hurin is great. Just the fall of like the Second Age of Man and like the creation of, I forget the name of the island. It was Numenor, I believe, is the island. There's some fun stuff in there. I just wish it was written better, unfortunately. It's nothing against Tolkien. He died before he could finish it, so it's not really his fault that it's not like the most eloquent of works. But it's definitely not bad. It's fascinating. But yeah, I wish there was more. Mountain Harpy Music, heart to you. You are lovely. You said, totally off topic. We want to ask if you ever attend a live repo Shadowcast. Thank you for everything you do. No, I haven't, and I would love that. I would love to do a live repo, the Genetic Opera Shadowcast. That would be a lot of fun. Zydrake comes in a little glass vial. A little glass vial, and the little glass vial goes into the gun like a battery. Yeah, I know. I love Repo the Genetic Opera. So no, I have not attended a live one, but I would love to. If anyone ever knows when one is going to happen, let me know, because I would love the crap out of that. I attended one for a Shadowcast back in college for oh my god, let's do the time warp again. Why am I blanking on the name? Oh my god, names just escape me. Of course, always on a stream. I'm sure you all know what Rocky Horror Picture Show. There we go. That's the name of it. So Rocky Horror Picture Show, I would recommend. I did a Shadowcast version of that. I didn't do it. I watched it. A lot of fun. Have recently found your videos on both. The stream. Someone just said that they recently found my videos on After Dark and this channel, and unfortunately, my stream thing. Oh, MW. Sorry, MW. Heart to you. Thank you. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the community, MW, and anyone else who is new here today. Heart to all of you and love to all of you. Welcome to the community, you lovely, amazing folks. I adore you all. So heart to everybody, if you're new. And Balana, someone's saying, that's awesome, Balana. What happened with Balana? Happy Pride from By Aussie Geek called Balana. That's amazing, Balana. But wait, is there something specific, Balana? Or did I miss something? I only just clicked because I spend 8 hours editing a Believe me. We were talking about Balana. You're talking about editing videos. I might have missed. I don't know if there was something else that I missed in the stream, but if you're talking about editing videos, Balana, oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, my videos are unfortunately because I keep killing myself and doing 50-minute videos because I'm a fool. I keep wanting to write every single time I sit down to write. I'm like, I'm gonna write a 10-minute video. And then I'm like, I have to put every piece of information that I know about the subject, and it ends up being a 50-minute video, and I hate myself. But I do that every single time. Yeah, even a 10-minute video can take forever. Like, and that's the job. That's the video thing. You know, you try and make it as good and fun as possible. And I wish I didn't have to put so much I try to put a lot of production value into the videos, and then I see other YouTubers who like, they sit down with their tiny web cameras and just rant at a camera for a while and get like millions of views. And I have nothing against that. I'm just like, I wish my film school brain would allow me to do that, but I can't. I needed to do more. But it is what it is. You know, we all make the art that we want to make. I'm not putting down people who just sit in front of a camera. They're doing something that resonates with people. It's just how I like to make my content, and I wish it didn't take me forever. So, let's see. Geek Filter, heart to you. You are lovely and amazing. Thank you so much for your super chat. You said, wanted to let you know we got a really nice message on our Infinite Trek LGBTQ Roundtable for Question 18. Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I shared this also in my community tab. On Saturday, I was over on Geek Filter's channel. We did a roundtable with a few other people, like forgetting everyone that was there, but two other like Trek tubers and Trek people, Trek podcast hosts, and we talked about basically all the sort of the highlights of LGBTQ representation in Star Trek. It's a 3-hour discussion. I showed up late because I had been drunk the night before for my birthday party, but it was a really good discussion. It was a really fun time. I really enjoyed the convo. So I would recommend checking it out. It's over on the community tab, and I thought it was really, really good. So I'm glad to hear that, Geek Filter. Heart to you, Jessie. Carla says, heart, thank you so much. Jessie, have you ever considered crowdfunding for a cause through YouTube or crowdfunding for a personal project you wanted to produce? Yes and yes. So the answer to both of those are yes. So 2 projects for personal project. I'll answer the second one first and then the other one second. The first one and the personal projects one is I do have 2 projects that I do want to fund at some point once I get off my lazy butt and start doing them. I do want to, number one, do an audio drama, like actually do an audio drama and cast actors and things and pay the actors. And then the second thing I want to do is I have a short film that I want to do, that I want to direct, both of which would require money. Now, the short film would require more money than that. But those are the 2 like big projects that I have on my horizon at some point, hopefully within the next year or 2. And if I do those projects, yes, I would crowdfund for them. Obviously try and give like back, free copies of things, backers, credits, things like that. But yeah, I probably would crowdfund for those, most definitely for the short film. The audio drama I might be able to do on my own auspices with Patreon and things. But the short film, which would be like a non-binary focused short film, would be a sci-fi dystopia non-binary short film. I already have like the basic script. I have a version of the script, but I need to update it. But it would be a short film for that. I would want to fund that with crowdfunding. So when and if that happens, probably won't be for another year or 2. But when and if that happens, yes, that would be a thing I did. As for fundraising for a cause, yes, that's something I want to do more sooner. Words, if that's the word. I want to do like a 24-hour live stream at some point. And sort of see how that and do like a 24-hour live stream for a cause, probably like what is it called? The trans law. There's like a trans, there's a group that does help with trans people who need like help legally, and that would probably be what I would give money to. So I do want to do that at some point. 24-hour live stream, hopefully before the end of the year, actually would be the thing. Just like do a 24-hour live stream, play video games for 24 hours, get drunk, have fun, do something like that. So not an announcement I'm going to make yet, but I want to do one before the end of the year. So that would be a thing. The other fundraiser that I might do at some point, it depends on if, basically there was something I was just sort of mulling about in my brain because of FFS and surgery costs. And my thought is, I'm supposed to have my insurance cover my FFS, but I don't know how much or what the deductible is going to be necessarily. So if depending on how much if my insurance covers all of it, then I'm not going to do this. But if my insurance doesn't cover all of the FFS and it ends up being really expensive, something that I can't cover, I would probably do a fundraiser for that. But then any money that I made extra, I'd probably be like, oh, I need to raise like $2,000 for the FFS. Any money I make past the $2,000 will go to this fundraiser. So that would be something that I was considering doing if that needs to happen. I don't know if it will. My insurance maybe, hopefully, knock on wood, will cover the entirety of the FFS. But if that's something that happens, then that's what I would do. I'd only cover the cost of the FFS, and then all extra money would go to a charity of some sorts. So, but yeah, that's a long answer to your question. So a lot of hypotheticals with that. So. All right, catching up on the chat here. Knit and Crochet Tiger, what's the next video going to be? Loki. The one tomorrow, I'll talk about the one tomorrow, but the one next week, the one I'm still working on, is a Loki video. So that's going to be the next one. So, all right. And thank you, by the way. I see some people in the thank you mods. There was someone in the chat who came in and said some stuff. So I appreciate, love to you mods. I really appreciate that. So, Council of Geeks, I ran to the camera. Where's my millions of views? I was only insulting you, Council of Geeks. You're the only person that I would say it does that I hate. I hate the fact that you just sit in front of a camera. No, you're lovely. You're absolutely lovely, Council of Geeks. So thank you to the mods. And I see people. See, I don't even need to say this. People were saying thank you to the mods before I even said anything. Thank you so much. You're all lovely. Look at you. Look at you being amazing. You freaking community here. I love you all. Heart to you, Stephen Fenn. I never made it all the way through the Silmarillion. I should give it another go. I read that when I was intentionally written like the Bible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a hard slog. It's not really written super eloquently. It's a hard slog of a book, but I still enjoy it. I read it when I was younger, when I was in like the phase of like, I'm going to read everything Lord of the Rings. I mean, hell, I got the Lord of the Rings tattoo. So, yeah, so of course I've read it, but I haven't sat down to read it for enjoyment in a while. Probably wouldn't. Honestly, at this point, for the stories of it, I'd only need to do it if I like needed a refresher on a story, or if I'm like researching something, like I want to do a video on Lord of the Rings or something. Otherwise, I probably won't really read the Silmarillion for enjoyment, probably ever again, because it's not really the most engaging read. But it's got some good stories in it. But yeah, it's not really an engaging read, to be fairly honest with you. So, John Vinels, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you're a fan of Song of Ice and Fire, who are your favorite characters and or storylines that get cut out of the show? Ooh, they got cut out of the show. I've read the first 3 books, but it's been a hot minute. I haven't read it since I was like in high school, so I don't remember specifically. Speaking of books I haven't read in a while, like stuff that got cut out. I never read books 4 and 5, which is I feel like where things really started to diverge from the books. I know they cut a lot of the Greyjoy storyline out of the show, but I don't remember the books being all that different. I mean, a Lady Stoneheart I was interested in. I would have liked to see her return in the show, but I understand why the show cut her. I don't know if she's going to be relevant in the future books, as they haven't been released yet, and George R. R. Martin's never going to write them. But Lady Stoneheart probably be the biggest thing that I was like interested in seeing come out and never actually happened in the show, even though they constantly kind of hinted at it. So that would probably be the biggest thing that I would mention. Lady Stoneheart would be the answer to there. Favorite character overall, though, is Jon Snow. I talked about this. I was playing Twitch last night and someone asked that, and I think my favorite character in Game of Thrones is Jon Snow. Y'all know me. I love my very moral, like, on their high horse of goodness characters. Any character who tries to be good in a gray setting. Like, if you have a very morally ambiguous setting and you have a character who tries to be good but tries their best to thread that needle, is going to be my favorite character. And Jon Snow, I think, is always that character who always does the right thing no matter what, even if it means he's going to die. So, yeah, that would be the answer to that question. And I think with that, I'm all caught up on the super chats. So I'm back at the... oh, nope. Dorian R., heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. You said you probably meant Lambda Legal. I didn't mean Lambda Legal. There's another transgender place. Transgender law. It was the Transgender Law Center. So there you go. That would be the one I would probably support. Unless there's something wrong with that one. I haven't heard if there's any controversy around them. But from everything I've seen, they do some really good work. So if there is a problem with it, let me know. But yeah, that's the one that I probably meant. But Lambda Legal is great too. Lambda Legal does good work as well. Is Loki good? I like Loki. Someone asked, Emily asked, is Loki good? I like Loki. It's a good show. There's some problems I have with it here and there. Like the militarization of the TVA is like, why does everything have to be a military? It's like always military stuff in Marvel. But other than some like problems here and there, so far, knock on wood, there's still 2 episodes where they could screw this up, but or increase it. So far, it's my favorite MCU TV show. Out of WandaVision, Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, whatever way you want to put it. It's probably my favorite show so far. Again, they could still screw it up. There's 2 more shows, 2 more episodes, but so far I'm loving it. It doesn't hurt that Tom Hiddleston's my favorite. Second or third favorite character in the MCU. I mean, Nebula is probably my favorite character in the MCU. But you got Nebula, Loki, then maybe Thor? No, Steve Rogers. Those would probably be my top 3. Nebula, Loki, and Steve Rogers are probably my top 3 characters in the MCU. So. Oh, that's good, Jordan. The Transgender Law Center helped me a lot. Yay, that's awesome, Jordan. That's amazing. Yeah, the Transgender Law Center, from everything I've seen, they do some really amazing work. and really help people out. So that's probably where I would want to help out. So. I love WandaVision so much. WandaVision's great. I think WandaVision's great. I have some problems with how she's... My big problem with WandaVision is a little bit with pacing. I think there's some pacing issues. But then I'm also a little bit upset with how it kind of lets her off the hook a little bit too much for her control. Now the show's not saying that what she did was good, but it was still kind of like letting her off the hook for like ruining agency of a bunch of different people, and it's just like kind of get some stares. And then like the other girl character, the daughter of Captain Marvel's friend, I forget her name off the top of my head, but she's basically like, I would have done the same thing, and I'm like, really? Would you have taken away the agency of an entire town of people? This is kind of messed up. It was just like the show addressed it, but kind of casually forgave her. And it was like, and I know she's going to be the villain of Doctor Strange. So it's like one of those, like, it's not the most egregious, but it kind of left me feeling a little bit icky. But I still love the show. So it's still a good show. I still like WandaVision, but it was far from perfect. In fact, speaking of which, Council of Geeks did a really great video on the problems with WandaVision. So if you're looking for a good discussion of that, I would highly recommend Council of Geeks video on WandaVision. Thought it was very, very good. So. Also, I saw someone. So who was it? I think someone in my Twitch stream last night. I was playing some stuff on Twitch, and someone last night said, "What if the TVA?" It turns out that the TVA is run by Agatha, and that it was Agatha all along. in Loki, that would be hilarious. I would love that. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it would be hysterical if it was. It'd be absolutely hysterical. Monica, thank you, Flower Springs. That's the other character I was talking about in WandaVision. Monica Rambeau. So. Someone say, wait, so are we getting a Nebula cosplay? I wouldn't be against a Nebula cosplay. Again, yeah, shave the head. I wouldn't be against Nebula cosplay, but it seems like a lot. It'd be very expensive, probably. That like my Loki cosplays were pretty. I mean, you just put on some green stuff, and you're just like, I'm a Loki variant. You just get the helmet and some green stuff, and you got Loki. But for Nebula, that's like a whole thing and a half. So I would love to do a Nebula cosplay, but it'd be a lot of work and a lot of money that I do not have. But I would love to do it. It'd be a lot of fun. I would absolutely love to do it. Cosplay is Gamora. Gamora's great too. I would totally do Gamora as well, but I'd rather do Nebula, but Gamora's a little bit cheaper. Because then you just, like, paint yourself green and get, like, what is it? I think her hair's red. So you just dye your hair red, paint yourself green, and then get a costume that's vaguely like her. Whereas, like, Nebula, you have to, like, get all the organic bit or the cybernetic bits, and then you're, like, coloring your face different shades of blue, which is a whole thing. And then you have to shave the head, of course. So yeah, Gamora's a little bit easier than Nebula, but I like Nebula a hell of a lot more, so. Oh, that's awesome, Mountain Harpy Magic. I'm glad. Yay, I'm glad that your motivation for merging on Discord today. That's awesome. Yeah, for those of you, if you're in the Discord, yeah, the Discord's an awesome place. So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, I have a Discord over on my Patreon page. If you're a patron, you get into the Discord, and it's a lovely place. People do watch-alongs and are generally just kind. It's like one of the nicest groups of folks. So, heart to everyone over in my Discord. You're all lovely. I appreciate all of you. If Loki can be an alligator, then Nebula can have hair. That's true. I'm down for haired Nebula. Which alligator Loki is the best Loki. Haven't even seen much of alligator Loki, and alligator Loki's already the best Loki. I'm not going to say much more than that because I don't want to spoil too much for folks who haven't seen Loki yet. But alligator Loki's great. I'm just checking in on stuff. Aw, Nicole, thank you. Thank you so much. You're my favorite YouTuber in a long time. Huge Trek fan, so that's how I found you. Thanks for your beauty and perfection. Well, thank you so much. You're absolutely lovely. I'm not perfect, but I appreciate you saying that. But thank you so much. You're absolutely wonderful, Nicole. Also, by the way, your profile picture is wonderful. It's really nice. I like the rainbow colors on your profile picture. So thank you very much, Nicole. I really appreciate that. Heart to you. Thank you so much, Carla. Jessie, what are you most proud of in terms of personal accomplishments, if you'd like to share? Oh, good question. I mean, transition is probably the obvious one. That was something that I just coming out and going through all of that was just something that I'm always going to be proud of. So I think that's the obvious answer. But in terms of like other things, I think partially, again, I'm not trying to cater to the crowd here, but like this YouTube channel and this community, I think is like a big thing too. Like, you know, there's other big professional stuff in my life that I'm proud of. Different things that I've done in my life that I'm really proud of, like, you know, working for Microsoft, doing stuff with the Advocate, stuff like that. I can go through and name specifics, but this YouTube channel was something that I built completely, not completely, but like on my own, with me at the head of it and trusting my voice on that. And I think that that is probably the thing that I'm most proud of. And just the community that we've all built, not just me, but we've all built together. And that it's a kind, caring, lovely community. I think that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of, in terms of professional life. Yeah. I mean, there's other things that I've done in my life, but, you know, I'm happy with those two accomplishments, having built this, made some art that I'm proud of, and hopefully I'll be able to make more art in my life. Like I said, I want to do that short film and that audio drama and stuff like that. But if this is the accomplishments that I've done in my life, I've transitioned and I made this this channel and made this community. If I died tomorrow, I would be genuinely happy with what I've accomplished. I still want to do more, but I'm genuinely happy with what I've accomplished. And I think that's more than a lot of people get. So, yeah. Yeah, I have other accomplishments I want to get. Like I said, the other two things that I said. And at some point in my life, I want to contribute something to Star Trek officially. Whether it be I appear in a voice acting role, even if it's something dumb, like I literally, like I'm just a red shirt in the background and gets killed. That's a dream. If I get to contribute something to official Star Trek property, that's like a dream thing. But other than that, yeah, that's like the main stuff. So don't die tomorrow. I have wood. I knocked on wood. I'm not gonna die tomorrow, Geek Filter. I'm not gonna die tomorrow. Also, I saw that there was a super chat and I missed it. So, oh no, it wasn't. Okay, good. I did. I thought that was Carlos. I'm like, wait, did I miss the super chat? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. So. Oh, Jay the Pyromaniac. Ooh, what you're gonna draw? What do you want to draw? Ooh. Could you draw? I'm trying to like think of something fun for you to draw. Loki is captain of the Enterprise. There we go. That would be fun. I'm just randomly tossing stuff out. So Loki on top of the Enterprise. So there you go. Vicky, heart to you. Thank you so much to the for your super chat. If I can say words good. Let's see, Vicky. Professionally, do you ever get artistic? Is it artistic or autistic burnout? Okay, autistic, because you're the rest of your question. If so, how do you deal with a demanding job and autistic burnout? So, yeah, I think what you're trying to say, like, what I feel, and I get to it, I think this happens to me a lot, and it's something that I'm currently trying to do better. So, something I talked about in my Nature of Work video is I'm a bit of a workaholic, and even though I am a full-time YouTuber now, that hasn't gone away, and in fact, it might have even gotten worse to a degree. You know, I tend to get anxious when I'm not working, and especially anxious when I'm by myself and not working. So like, since I live by myself and I don't currently have a partner, it's just like, okay, so I have to like fill my time. And I can never really just relax. I have to be like, I have to work. So that's something I'm trying to do better about just like taking like time for myself and working better at it. But my big problem is I do get burnout from it. And, you know, I try to do a lot of work for my channel. I try to do work for a lot of YouTube. Like I said, this is my full-time job. But I also have some side stuff that I do too. I still do work for the Museum of Pop Culture. I do edit some trailers. And it's like, there's an element of me that wants to eliminate those things. I mean, money is money, and I need money to pay the bills and stuff like that. And so there is that element of it. But there's also an element of like, I want to do this stuff because I can't justify quitting it or anything like that, because I'm like, oh, I have the time to work, so I should be working. And so that does lead to a little bit of burnout. And I've experienced burnout up and down over the past few weeks and months, and it does happen. And so my way of trying to deal with it, give a positive answer, and I'm still struggling with this, to be very honest with you. I'm still struggling with this. It's something I can still be better at, is trying to make sure I set aside time for myself, like saying, this is the time that I'm not going to work. And generally for me, that's like Sundays. Like Sunday is a day where I'm like, I will not do any work on Sunday. This is going to be my relaxed day. And that's hard for me. It's very hard for me. Don't always follow that, but I think trying to set aside that time to be like, I need to make sure to take care of myself, that helps with the burnout. And so I think that's like the best advice I can give. And you're talking about in terms of autism, like I feel like part of the reason that I am a workaholic, to sort of even discuss that element of it, is because of hyperfixation on stuff. I get hyperfixated, especially like I have, as you can see, like I have like lists right here. This is like my list of like things to do for the week. And I get anxious when I want the list to be done, and the list helped me, but I also get anxious when the list isn't completed. And so a lot of my like hyperfixation is like, I need to finish the list, so I'm going to work really hard so I can get the list done. But the list is life, right? And so the list is never going to be done. The list, you can constantly add stuff to the list. And so it's being a bit better about like, it's okay that the list is not done. And even like now, I'm feeling anxious about it. Like, oh God, I gotta get my Loki video is not gonna be done editing today. I'm still have work to do on it, and then I'm gonna have to work on it tomorrow, which means I'm gonna have to work on it. Like, that's the constant refrain in my brain, the hyperfixation in my brain. And it's just like, it's okay. And I feel like for me, setting specific rules and outlines is what helps me the most. Setting specific boundaries for myself. I'm not someone, I have to be specific and set clear goals for myself. And setting clear goals of like, I am taking Sunday off, that helps me. I can't deal with like, oh, I'll generally make sure to take some time. It's like, no, I need to set some time. And that really helps me. So anyways, hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Yeah. So missed some of the chat going on here. Hello from Turf Island. Hello. Means you're over there in the UK. But good to see you, Hannah. I'm sorry you're on Turf Island, but good to see you. And congratulations on getting your first vaccine dose. Oh boy, your arm is killing you. Wait until the second dose. My second dose that one put me out for a day. I was not feeling great after that, but well worth it. Well worth it. I'm not trying to scare anybody or knock anyone down. But yeah, for me, my first vaccine shot, sore arm. Second vaccine shot was just sick for a whole day. So that was fun. But again, well worth it. If it means I'm sick for a day so I don't have to worry about stuff, more than happy for that. So I'm seeing other people saying congrats to folks. So apologies if I missed stuff, but I don't know where it was in the chat, but Julia, congratulations. I see other people saying that. And have a good night. Oh, Julia's heading out. Have a good night, Julia. It was good to see you. So, hey, Michelle Guyen, I agree. I mean, I like the UK. I lived in London for a semester of college. One of my favorite places that I ever lived. Like, London was a lot of fun. And visiting areas around the UK, visiting Wales, visiting Northern Ireland, which I also know is contentious. But also I visited Edinburgh. Just the entire, like, that whole area is really great, beautiful, and fantastic to visit. I love the sort of, like, palimpsest of culture and history and the sort of, the, like, just the constant different cultures that you can encounter there. Sadly, because of imperialism, but still, it was really nice to see that. Unfortunately, as much as I love the UK, it's just not a place that I feel comfortable. I would love to live there someday. I always said that, but today as a trans person, it's not a safe place for me to go to live, which sucks, but it's definitely somewhere I would have liked to live at some point, but is what it is. But I would love to visit it again. It's a great place. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, TERFs are unfortunately, TERFs and just the general treatment of trans people. It's not even just TERFs, just the general treatment of trans people in the UK is rough. And my heart goes out to all of you who are in the UK right now and trans and dealing with like the hellish medical system there for trans people. And then just TERFs in general as well. So. Curry Tangent. Jessie, as the 2-hour Matrix sequels video, you referenced the one by Curio. Yes, it was. In my 60 minutes, my video on 60 Minutes from last week, I mentioned watching 2-hour-long videos on the Matrix prequels or sequels. That was, I was referencing Curio's video specifically in that. I wanted to put up an image of Curio's video in the video itself, But it didn't, like, because I was talking about being in the void, I didn't want to, like, break the fourth wall that much. It was just, like, an aesthetic thing. Like, I just didn't want the image to, like, pop up next to me when I was, like, trying to talk about being in the void and everything. So, yeah, no, that was a direct reference to Kira's video. I did want to explicitly state that, but it just, for artistic reasons, it didn't work out. So, but yeah, I was specifically referencing the Curio video. It's a great video. Erica, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said, as a woman who works in corporate America, I am often told I am often taken seriously because I am nice. Have you found yourself dismissed by these words too? Yes. So some interesting things that I noticed. We can talk about this, but I'm trying to make sure what I can say given my histories in places that I've worked. I'll put it this way. Some things that I noticed since transitioning. Especially in a corporate setting, especially in a job setting, I have noticed that my voice gets sorer more often now because I have to speak harder and longer, and more forcefully to get my thoughts across and to be listened to in work situations. When I was working at some specific places, I won't say which because I don't want to cause trouble, but when I worked in certain corporate places, and I've worked at several, I found that before I transitioned and after I transitioned, just literally the physical effect of my voice, because I would have to talk longer and harder and louder to just be heard, changed dramatically. And so I just noticed that generally at work, my voice would be sore by the end of the day if I had meetings and stuff, when beforehand it hadn't been that way. So that was one thing. Seen as nice. I guess so. I mean, I guess I am not seen as, I feel like I would be more today, but back when I was working in those corporate jobs, and I'm thinking of two specifically, I was very much not as direct and forceful as I could have been. And I wonder if part of that was because of my being in a transition and not wanting to seem masculine or whatever. And so I wonder if that was part of society's feeling on it, and also my sort of feelings on it. It's like, oh, I've got to fit into this gender role, which is bullshit. I feel like if I was in those situations today, I would be much more direct. And I've seen myself be much more direct. When I was working in the Museum of Pop Culture, I was very direct about stuff like I've said and did. But yeah, there's definitely like some distinct, like you notice some distinct, like I wasn't super in the workforce before I transitioned because I transitioned like out of college, but I was working at Starbucks, and you definitely notice like disrespect. Like when I was working in retail, that's that corporate, but in retail, working as a woman, versus being seen and perceived as a man when you were working at Starbucks. There was a distinct difference. Like I was a supervisor. I worked at Starbucks and I was a shift supervisor. And before I transitioned and after I started transitioning, there was a distinct difference in the amount of respect that I got from customers. Like clearly. When I was perceived as a man, people would listen. If I said something to stand up for like one of my coworkers or something like that, they would listen to me. Then after I started being perceived as a woman, I would start getting people talking down to me. I literally had a guy go over to me because the thermostat was set that he was too hot. It was a hot day in the summer. Thermostat was set as low as it could go. And I had a guy literally be like, let me show you how the thermostat works. Walked me over to the thermostat and then tried to turn it down, which he's not allowed to do. I was like, well, let's see how this goes. And he just couldn't figure out how to turn it down lower. And I'm like, yeah, because it's as low as it can possibly go. Because I'm not an idiot. I know how to work a thermostat. But I literally had a dude try to mansplain to me how to use a thermostat. So there's clearly like the perceptions of male versus female. There's clear distinct differences in how people are treated. And being trans, like it makes that very, very clear. Anyways, I know I've ranted about this for a while. But yeah, it's definitely just a big thing. Cocoa Butt, what did I miss? I see people say Cocoa Butt, I see you. Oh no, we see you, Cocoa Butt. You're good. Yeah, I see you. I'm sorry if I missed some of your thoughts, so. Angie, I'm so sorry. That sucks. I didn't know you got scarring in your vocal cords. That really sucks. Yeah, I could definitely see it being a thing. Definitely see that being a thing. Because, yeah, my voice definitely was sore after working in certain places. Carla, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. You said, biggest turns on aspects you find in other people. Ooh, boy. Someone's... Someone is asking the real questions. I'll answer this question, and then if there's any other super chats or other things in the chat, I'll answer those, and then I'm probably nearing the end of the stream soon. But let me see. Good question. I mean, I could talk about physical stuff. I mean, in guys, like beards. I mean, I know, like, if we're just talking like surface level physical things, just aesthetics, like cyberpunk, like badass warrior women, like are the like get me anytime. Women in a suit gets me every time. That's very surface level, and like that's just like oh my god, I'm turned on sort of thing. That's like base physical attraction. Guys, beards obviously is definitely a thing. Stuff like that. And guys in suits, really just anyone in suits will turn me on. In terms of personality traits, I don't know. Again, it really just depends on the person. I hate generalizing because I can find attraction to multiple people for multiple different reasons. I've generally found that I've been like attracted to people who are caring, funny, yet can be a little bit more forceful when needed. Can be like very direct when needed. People who are able to talk about emotions specifically. I mean, as someone who's autistic, it's hard for me to be in a relationship with someone who isn't able to express their emotions very clearly, which women tend to do better than men because men are taught not to express their emotions. Well, I'm not saying men can't, but society definitely puts down men being able to talk about their emotions, so that's usually harder for guys. So I've generally found that aspect of people that I've dated, I've found that aspect to be easier for me as an autistic person dating women on a whole, not completely, but on a whole. That tends to be true. Just like, and this is just something that I've found that it's very helpful for me. I just need people to be able to state emotions to me because I get anxious otherwise. There was like, for example, one person that I was dating back in college. I constantly, whenever I can't understand someone's emotions, especially back then, I've done better about this. Whenever I couldn't understand someone's emotions because I had been so bullied and teased as a kid, I always assumed the negative. So whenever I couldn't read someone's emotions, which often I would always assume, oh, they hate me. Oh, they think I'm awful. Oh, they think I'm bad. And so when I was with this partner, I wasn't able to read them super well because they were very sort of closed off. And just in terms of like expressing emotions outwardly. Nothing against them. It's just, they just didn't showcase many emotions. And so, I had asked them constantly, it's like, well, are you angry at me? Why are you angry at me? Why are you upset at me? I would constantly ask that. It was more like, are you angry at me was what I would say. And I wouldn't, but I would say that. It's like, are you upset? Are you angry? And they made a good point. It's like, change that question from are you angry at me to how are you feeling? Or what are you feeling? And that was like one of the biggest revelations to me in a relationship. That is like, that's the question I need to be asking. And I expanded it beyond just relationships too. It's like, stop assuming the negative and just ask the question, what are you feeling? And if you're open about that, and it's saying like, if I ask that question, I just need you to answer that for me, because it's not me hating on you or anything. It's just like what I need to reduce my anxiety as someone who can't read emotions really well. That was something that was just revelatory for me. So I think that's a big part of it. Also, nerdiness too is like a big turn on. I have found that I don't need someone to be necessarily my specific level of nerdiness. Like, they don't need to be like a Star Trek geek or whatever. But they need to be okay with nerdiness and like playing board games, playing video games, things like that. Like I do need that in a partner. Like, I need someone who's willing to play board games. I need someone who's willing to play video games with me, who's willing to watch movies and make fun of them with me, that sort of thing. It doesn't need to be like my specific interest. Doesn't need to be like all into Star Trek. Doesn't need to be. In fact, I prefer not. I prefer to have my horizons expanded by someone, but someone needs to be certainly some level of nerdy for me to be find like some attraction. So, or at least long-term attraction, like partner attraction, as opposed to like physical attraction, because I can bone people without them being nerdy and have. So, yeah. All right, everybody. And I see. So I assumed. So have I assumed the worst in people when reading people? I mean, we've all done it. We all do it to some degree. Oh, Celeste. I am attracted to Turian butts. That is very true. That is very true. Anyone else finding Jessie more and more attractive as she talks about? Oh God, oh God! I probably shouldn't have put all that out in the internet because now people are going to use it. but I kid, of course. But yes, Jedi Indiana Jones, thank you for sharing Twitch. Okay, so we're gonna wrap out the and hey Vale, I didn't see you come in. Good to see you. So a couple quick announcements before we wrap out the stream today. As is typical, Saturday we are going to be doing my drunk stream. I'm going to keep playing Mass Effect this weekend. However, I might be playing. So Saturday night drunk stream. Two things with that though. I'm gonna go out and get some dinner after this. So I'm gonna go and get some dinner, and then I'm gonna edit some Loki stuff. I'm gonna try to play some Twitch stream tonight, but it depends on how far I get in my Loki edit, and how like tired or chill or what I'm feeling. But depending on how my Loki edit goes tonight and how long it takes me to get dinner, I might be on Twitch more this evening playing some Mass Effect. So keep an eye out for that. I'll post on my Twitter if I am going to do that. No guarantees yet because I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be in the edit, and we'll sort of see how that goes. But if I do, I will be playing some Twitch tonight, possibly tonight. But most definitely, I'll be doing it Saturday. However, also something with that, I'm possibly considering moving my Saturday night drunk streams to another night, just because the next 2 weekends. So this weekend I'm still doing it. After this weekend, my next 2 weekends I'm going to be busy, because I have a party that I'm going to that next Saturday night, and then my family member that was supposed to be visiting me last month is now visiting me this month, the weekend after that. And so I won't be able to do my Saturday streams, but I still want to do some gaming. So I'm thinking about changing and also just in general, like Saturday nights as the pandemic starts to hopefully wind down. I'm going to probably have less free time on Saturday nights because I'll probably try and do some stuff. So I'm just putting it out there that might be a thing coming down the line where I may move the Saturday night stream to like Sunday nights or Tuesday nights in the future. They will still happen. I still want to do them because I have a lot of fun with them. So that will still happen in the future. But I might move the nights. And even then, even if I do change the nights to like Tuesdays or something like that, I'll still probably do the Saturday night ones when I'm free. So if I'm free, it just won't be as regularly scheduled. So that's definitely, have a good night, Vera. It was good to see you. So just keep that in mind. That's the last announcement for that. And then the only other channel announcement beyond all of that stuff is tomorrow, the video, and I'm going to post the link right up now too, actually. Let me get the link up for everybody. The video going up tomorrow is one that I made kind of quicker, but I think is on a really important topic. And we'll be talking about queer baiting and in Marvel and Anthony Mackie's response to the gay community in terms of like the shipping of Bucky and Sam Wilson. And how that discourse went, and how I had problems with not only with his comments, but how the discourse around that comment went. So that's going to be a really good video. I think it'll be a good video, and I hope it'll be good for people. But that one was made a little bit quick because my next 2 videos over the next 2 weeks, so not this Friday, but the Friday after that and the Friday after that are going to be 2 of my biggest videos that I've done. I'm very excited for them. One of them is the Loki video, which should be a lot of fun. And then the one after that is going to be a very personal video about my life and dealing with death and grief. And excited is the wrong word to use for this, but I am very excited to share that video. I think it'll be a really important one and a very personal one. So let me just get this link for this video. So that being said, keep an eye out for the next 3 weeks. Tomorrow's video should be fun, but the ones after that, and on the Friday after that and the Friday after that, I think are going to be some of my biggest videos, and I think I'm really excited about them. So that's going to be that. But let me get this link here for everybody so you can put it on your Premiere real quick. Friday. I'm just going to quick put this here. So here is the link for tomorrow's video. I just put it out in the chat. If you want to check that and put that in your notifications for tomorrow, I'll be going up at 11. You can join me in the live chat for that. Otherwise, I'll see you on Saturday. That's all that fun stuff. Charles, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. You said sending just because. Thank you for the stream. It's Tara. Oh, I'm so sorry. Apologies, Tara. I did not mean to dead name you. I apologize. I said the name before I read the comment. So apologies that I just did that. But Tara, you are lovely. I'm giving you an extra heart for me reading your name incorrectly. So Tara, you are lovely and wonderful and absolutely fantastic. Heart to you. Thank you for the super chat. And my deepest apologies for saying your name wrong. But you are absolutely lovely and wonderful. Have a wonderful night to everybody. You're all lovely and amazing. And I will see you all hopefully in the near future, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be Saturday, or just whenever you want to stop by. I adore you all. Newt sends love too. You're absolutely freaking amazing. Thank you so much. You're all lovely and I adore you. So have a good night, everyone. I'm saying that as I try to find the button. There's the button. Okay. I love you, everybody, and I will see you in the near future. You lovely, amazing, beautiful, fantastic, amazing community. I adore you all so much.